Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with some more Dota Underlords. Let's get right into it. This lobby has got a lot of Lord of Whitespire and high Big Boss 5 players, so with any luck, if we can get a win, maybe we can get up into Lord of Whitespire. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I haven't even gotten there yet. I honestly have not played a ton in the past 2 weeks to really level up, but hopefully we can change that sooner rather than later. So we're going to start here with Bounty Hunter. This opening pack is really not great. I think Bounty Hunter is probably the best individual unit. Definitely better than Bloodseeker if we're looking at assassins. And Shadow Shaman's just not a great unit on its own. Neither is Axe. And Enchantress fell off quite a bit after the change to Druids a couple patches ago. So I think I'm going to pick up Embarrassment of Riches here. The other two items are just not that great. With the faster games, now games end a little bit quicker because of the increased damage output. Embarrassment of Riches loses a little bit of value in these kind of quick games. If people are routinely getting eliminated before round 30, then basically everybody has one less creep round to really get value out of Embarrassment of Riches. That being said, the other two options there, the Soul-Sucking Siphon and Tranquil Boots, are just not that great. Tranquil Boots, the regen represents normally a little bit less health than just a Vitality Booster, and Vitality Booster already isn't that great. And Soul-Sucking Siphon is a super narrow and niche item that I'm not really thrilled about picking up right off the bat. This is the Tier 2 Strange Bedfellows, and I think there's an Anti-Mage in here, so I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to sell this off and buy the Anti-Mage quickly before the looting round is done. Not that I'm like going to force demons or demon hunters, but I do want to play. I do think it's strong if we can get them. And because it's a tier 2 version. If it was a tier 1 version, I'd be pretty ambivalent about it. But at tier 2, I think it was worthwhile. The other options in that pack were they were a bit better than we had in the opening one. Chainmail was quite good in particular, but I think a tier 2 Strange Bedfellows is probably on average going to be a little bit better. And because we had the Anti-Mage in the pack. If we didn't have that Anti-Mage there, I might not have been quite so eager. I'm just going to pick up more of the 1-cost units. I tend to favor picking up 1-cost units here rather than picking up like the 2-star Crystal Maiden, because it gives me more units and more possibilities to pair them up and then obviously complete. This pack kind of stinks. Pocket Sand at 1-star is not ideal, so I'm just going to pick up the Octarine Essence, which is a reasonably good item, and it gets played in a lot of situations. It's really best on something like Necrophos, which obviously we wouldn't have yet. I think I'm just going to put it on Tiny. Does that make sense? Maybe on Enchantress. I don't know. Because we have the 2-star Enchantress, maybe it makes more sense on her. Actually, I probably should have switched up this composition a little bit. I should have put in Razor over the Anti-Mage, perhaps. Or should I have put in like Tusk? One of those two is probably better than Anti-Mage here, for being honest. Just because the Tusk would give the Savage bonus along with the Enchantress, or the Razor would give the Primordial bonus, which did get reworked. And I addressed this in the last video, but I like the rework quite a bit. It still makes that a good defensive alliance against attackers of any sort, but it's not quite as frustrating to play against. Okay, so now we get a Shadow Fiend and an Anti-Mage. So I think I'm going to level up here because I want to fit in both. And I think we can sell off these. Oh wait, did I count wrong? Oh, I think I counted wrong. Alright, I guess we're going to ditch Bat Rider here. I just don't have enough space to put everything in. I'm going to go on the assumption we're going to win this fight, which may be a bad assumption if I want to buy this Tusk. Maybe I shouldn't have leveled up. I thought I had enough gold to buy the Bat Rider and the Tusk and everything. I did not have enough to do all that and level up. Ooh. Ew. In the interest of picking up pairs, I'll pick up the Tusk. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have leveled up there. I should have saved my gold and just bought the pair of Bat Riders and pair of... Well, and kept the pair of... God, what is the name of that? Razor and Warlock, yeah, that was it. Ooh, a Sand King. Sand King's going to be better than Tusk at 1 star because he's obviously a 4-cost unit, so he has much higher base stats, higher attack, and everything else, which is really what's important at this point in the game. And what's his Burrow Strike cooldown? Maybe I should move the Octarine Essence over to him. I'm not sure if he'd survive long enough to get a second cast off. Whereas Enchantress, obviously, well, probably would because the first cast helps to keep her alive for the second cast. But up against this opponent who's got a lot of healing, it's not looking so hot. Can I not pick up that Queen of Pain? Oh, I cannot. And I am like... You know what, we're going to sell off that Tiny, because Tiny doesn't represent a pair, and doesn't represent a synergy, and I think we're more interested in grabbing demons just because we've got the Strange Bedfellows. We're not off to the greatest start, we've lost the first 2 rounds, but I think we can potentially turn this around, if we can find a Terrorblade. To find Terrorblade most efficiently, we're going to want to level up to 6 as soon as possible, just to give the increased odds of these 3-cost units. But I have to start thinking, like, what if this doesn't work out for me? What is my kind of fallback plan in case like forcing Demon Hunters doesn't work? It's a hard strategy to force because it's so heavily reliant on specifically the Terrorblade. Man, I'm blanking on names today. So, looks like we're gonna fall here again. It's alright. Early losing streak. Well, it's guaranteed losing streak gold. I would obviously prefer to be winning. But with our current composition, it's a little bit scatterbrained, I'll say. We've got some demons, we've got some savages, we even have Pudge, because Pudge is just a good unit. And then there's this pack with all the mages in the world. I guess we have the Shadow Fiend to go towards mages, but we did kind of shoot ourselves in the foot on that avenue. Alright, so what about this? What about we sell off Timbersaw and Pudge to grab interest, and we just put in Gary Anti-Mage, and then we let interest lock in for this round, and then we like buy all the mages. This way we're kind of splitting the difference between, we're hedging towards either mages or still holding on to the demons. We don't want to sell off like Queen of Pain just yet, but we don't want to pass up this many mages. And Shadow Fiend goes into both comps, so because we already have one, there's some hope we can go that direction. And we collect our interest, which is important because we're not winning, we're losing the winning gold, we're going to have less gold. And we want to make sure we get our interest when we can. I know I said I wanted to level up, but I really don't think that's going to help us right here, leveling up to 6. It'll increase our odds of finding things like Terrorblade, but it would cost us interest. And given the current state of the way this game is going, I think we should just be playing for interest gold. And then I guess like picking up Disruptor at the end of the round. Yeah, look at these opponents who have got 5 2-star units. I'm like, we got 1. And it's Enchantress, who's not a great 2-star unit. I mean, she's fine, I guess, but she's not like Bounty Hunter 2-star or Treant Protector 2-star. Alright, fair enough. So, definitely lower in life total than I'd like to be. And we don't have a great direction. But we're holding on to a lot of pairs, so if we can complete them here, maybe that'll give us a direction to go. whole lot of nothing. Like, I just don't like any of these units. I don't like Tinker. I don't like Nature's Prophet. Chaos Knight, I guess, is like okay with the demons idea. You know what? I think we're gonna lose this creep round, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I didn't sell off in time. I wanted to sell off for interest. I think I'm only gonna get 1 point of interest. The whole idea was to sell off to grab the 20 gold interest, and I think we failed at that. Yeah, we're gonna lose the creep round. It's not going well. It's not going well at all. Guess we can buy. I probably shouldn't have sold off Tiny either. I should have sold off both Tusks, not Tiny. Oh well. What do we got? Oh man, our luck is just not in this game. Okay, let's pick up, I guess, Vitality Booster. I don't know, maybe Soul Sucking Siphon has some argument. So second Crystal Maiden. Alright, are we gonna go Mages? Kind of like the idea. We go something like this. It's not a good comp right now. Don't get me wrong. This comp kind of stinks at this exact moment. But it's alright. We're going to lose in the streak. We're going to lose another round or two. And then hopefully get some of these mages to 2-star. And then see if we can turn things around. But I'm not optimistic about it right now. If I'm being perfectly candid with you. This has just been a... Well, I think scatterbrained is the appropriate terminology we used before. Just not really having the good direction. Like we wanted to go with this strange bedfellows idea because it was a tier 2 early on, but anti-mages have dried up and demon hunters have... Terrorblade has not shown up yet. Making holding on to all these extra demons just really detrimental to me. There's a Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight, I guess, works with Puck, technically. We do this. How bad is this? Oh, that was a horrible. That was really bad organization. I wanted to back everybody into the corner, but that didn't work in time, and I didn't sell off for interest. Oh boy. Sorry, I am playing sloppy today. Missed a couple points already. And yeah. Should have sold off this Enchantress, which is weird because she's my only 2-star unit. But it's like, yeah, we should have sold off an Enchantress. Alright, we're about to hit level 6, and now's the time to stop playing around. See what we can really do with this. Might need to be rerolling a bit here. Our life total is just really low. 2-star Crystal Maiden. We want to put in Razor to grab the mage bonus, and then we can cut this anti-mage. And I think this is probably our best composition. This should move over to Razor, not Puck. And then I'm going to sell off those ones. Queen of Pain's fine. If we get a 2-star Queen of Pain is a fine alternative to Shadow Fiend. I'm not entirely sure which one's better, but they're in the same ballpark. And if we have one at 2-star and one at 1-star, well, that makes the decision pretty simple. That's why I'm holding on to her. Tiny is also a reasonably good frontliner because of the Primordial bonus, and we actually won a round. Oh my gosh. So that happened. Alright. We didn't even need to reroll to win that round. I should buy Lena before it disappears. Shadow Fiend and Razor. And I don't know if we're ever going to get to 6 mages. We may just want to stick at 3 here. These 3, and then just build this comp out from here. So we're going to build out with like, oh, I guess Tiny. I don't even know if we should be thinking about level 7 unit, or level 8. Let's just focus on surviving to level 7 with a reasonable gold total and life total. But this Dragon Knight, oh my gosh. What is this Dragon Knight doing? Look at that damage. Ooh boy. Dragon Knight can pump out the deeps. And of course I haven't really gone over to our synergies tab here much, but there wasn't really too many synergies to talk about earlier. We had we have completed the dragon and 3 mages now, and we do have the warlock bonus because of disruptor. So I don't know, maybe soul sucking siphon actually was a pretty good option at the time. So yeah, now we get the Terrorblade after we've kind of bailed out of that strategy. I think we're just going to cut our losses and say we're not going to go after that strategy. We are up against the creep round here though, and I'm kind of thinking we might lose to the wolves. We are very underpowered already. I mean, we have 1 2-star unit and it's our Crystal Maiden. So I'm not super optimistic we beat these wolves. No. Okay. Well, that's... Well, at least we don't take damage for losing to the creep rounds. Alright. How do we continue building this comp? I think we just continue building it by... Is Tiny really the optimal next unit? All these options are not great. I would pick Smuggler if I was confident we were going to beat creep rounds going forward, but I'm not. I am really not confident we're going to beat creep rounds moving forward. I guess that's a way to like mitigate the damage, but putting the gloves of haste on Dragon Knight is pretty reasonable as well. Can I level up any more? No, I think I'll wait for 1 more round to level up. And then we're going to reroll quite a bit. Because I want to level up and reroll a lot in 1 turn. And I think it's best to wait 1 more turn for that. Because that's when we won't need to like overspend into level 8. Like essentially the gold we're going to have to spend this turn to level up is 5 more than it would take if we just waited 1 turn. So we basically gain 5 bonus gold by waiting. But that cost a lot of life total. Oh, I don't know if it was worth it. Well, let's see if we can turn this around. It'll be close. It will be close. Arc Warden? Arc Warden's a good unit. That's not... I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you it's not a good unit. Arc Warden is great. Arc Warden is not so great for what we're trying to do with this build. And I should not have bought that Queen of Pain. Because we already have a 2-star Shadow Fiend. And I think that's better. Yeah. Probably should not have bought the Queen of Pain. I think 2-star Shadow Fiend's better, but in any case, I don't need both of them. That's for sure. What's the best way to use Arc Warden? So the best way to use Arc Warden is with good items to duplicate. So Maelstrom is one particularly potent option as he has a pretty high attack speed at 1.0. Of course, we don't have a Maelstrom right now. Let's get rid of this Queen of Pain that I should not have combined and keep on rerolling. Throw in the Razor. It's possible to get 4 Primordials. Second Puck. I don't think we want Kunkka. I don't really think I want Lena either. No, I don't think so. I think we're just going to run this 7-unit build. And then maybe eventually try to get 4 Primordial if we really want to. If we can afford to stay alive that long. Let's take a look at Arc Warden's damage. Arc Warden's respectable. He's doing some respectable amount of damage. He doesn't deal big AoE magic damage, but I think he's a respectable unit to have in our composition. And I'm actually kind of interested, what if we put him here in front? Because one of the interesting things about Arc Warden, and I should probably actually move the Vitality Booster over to him, is that he'll create a new clone whenever the first clone dies. So I'm kind of wondering, if we put him up here in the front, and he makes a clone in front of him, and that clone takes aggro, and then it dies, he'll immediately make a new one. And that could be like a really effective like tanking strategy. Alright, I want to pick up the Morphling, and I want to get rid of Lena's, because we're not going to get up to 6 mages. We're just going to run this build and then try to add in Morphling as an 8th unit, and if we ever get up to 9, either Tiny or Enigma. I think that's the best we can do. I'm not terribly optimistic we're going to get up to 9, but maybe if we get up to 8, we can replace Disruptor. No, I don't want to replace Disruptor, because he gives us the Warlock Alliance. So I don't really want to do that. Arc Warden did not do a whole lot that fight. He tanked a lot of damage, which is kind of nice. Actually, he might just be better than a 1-star Disruptor. No, he's not better than a Disruptor. He's better than Arc Warden. Probably. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still getting used to the new Arc Warden. And I played him once earlier today when I was in the a tournament for the We Play Esports qualifier, the open qualifiers for those. And those were like non-ranked games. And one of the games I played Arc Warden with a Maelstrom in like a Knights build, and he put out some pretty respectable damage until I had to replace him for synergy purposes. So like I'm not totally opposed to playing him. Uh-oh. This is close. Yeah, we got him. Oh, just barely. Oh boy. So against these creeps here, you gotta split your forces like we just did there, because when you kill one of them, the other one enrages and gets like plus 500% attack damage. It's a lot of bonus attack damage. And our reward is meh. What a Defiance, I guess, because we're not playing any of these other ones. I guess we have a Knight. I don't really think that's advisable. Tidehunter is not really what we want because his radius is so low. And frankly, I'm not even sure about Arc Warden at this point. He doesn't really fit in with what we're doing. Oh wait, I want to Hooded Defiance there on Morphling, because he's going to hopefully be the most survivable member of our team. I'm just going to sell off Arc Warden. He's more auto attack based, and we're more magic burst damage based. So I think my next priority here is to level up, and I hope that's good enough. Or I guess my first priority is to not get eliminated on this round. This hurts a lot more than I was expecting it. I don't think our Disruptor ever cast. Definitely did not. 16? Jeez. Excuse me. I think Morphling did either. He did not. Yeah, Morphling and Disruptor did not cast. That's why everybody on their board survived. Alright, we gotta level up now. I probably should have leveled up last turn, if I'm being honest. Who am I even putting in? Maybe a 2-star Morphling if I can find another one. Yes. At this point I don't care about gold or interest. I care about life total. I still think a second Morphling is better than a first Tiny though. But I bought Tiny just because it's free. I can just buy him and resell him for the same value. If he was a 2-cost unit, I probably wouldn't. Oh, that's a Gyrocopter? Well, good thing at least I baited the effect away from most of my board. And Morphling still ticking. Very nice. Barely got away with that one. I guess we can pick up Kunkka. I think a 2-star Kunkka is still pretty reasonable, even though he does a lot less damage. Would he be more reasonable than a Morphling? Doubtful. I think he'd even be more doubtful to be better than a Disruptor. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sell off these units and just try to find 2 stars on what we got. Or 3 stars on Shadow Fiend. 3 stars on Morphling. Ooh. Ooh, that'd be sweet. If we can get... Would a... Okay, I think Morphling looks like it's better than Shadow Fiend, just by raw damage numbers. Because they both got to cast, but Morphling dealt more. So, if we can get a 3-star Morphling, well then we can play the other 2-star Shadow Fiend. But if not, then we'll just keep rerolling pretty much until we think until we complete these things. I don't think there's much reason to save up. We're too low on life total to be greedy and try to save anything. If we can hit 2-star Dragon Knight, 2-star Disruptor, then maybe we can save up to like 10 or 20 gold. But until that point, I think we're just going to keep rerolling down to 0. It stinks, but it is what it is. That's the way our life total has worked out for us. Nothing here, so I'm just going to reroll once. Still nothing here. I'm going to buy the 2-cost units because we're really looking for these Morphlings. And if I buy a couple 2-cost units, it's minor, but it does remove them from the unit pool. And so the other 2-cost units will, on average, appear more often. Once again, it's minor. I mean, doesn't say how many, but there's a lot of 2-cost units, and I'm taking out only a couple of them from the pool, but it's better than not. This guy's got the scrappy bonus, which I'm not terribly concerned about because that's all armor and we're all magic damage, so seems good. Yeah, scrappy bonus, not so great against mages and dragons. Mages, dragons, warlocks, and every other alliance that we have. All right, so well, we were the one who eliminated the 2 people so far, so I kind of count that as a win. But we may be next if. I mean, look at how much more life total everybody's got than us. They got a lot more than us. All right, well, creep around here. And since I don't really need to reroll on the creep round here, I'm actually going to sell off these units to grab interest. And then we'll do the same kind of trick once interest locks in, then we'll rebuy. I'll buy the, well, I guess I only really care about buying in the Timber Saw. Well, I guess I can buy the 3-cost units, even though 3-star Shadow Fiend is pretty unlikely. We're pretty far away from that. And same with 3-star Razor. But it doesn't really hurt. There's nothing I need to spend my time on more right now. I don't know if we beat these guys. We deal some magic damage, but like they're all spread out, so like our AoE effects are not, they're not nearly as effective. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna beat them. No. Okay. That's part of why we didn't really care for Smuggler, because I really didn't think we were gonna beat the creep rounds anyway. I guess it does mean that, I guess it still improves the loot of the round, right? It's still, if win or lose, I think it still improves it. So, maybe I misevaluated that a little bit. I don't know. Any case, Vanguard. Ugh, man, so many alliance items every single pack, and we don't need them. Well, Vanguard's a pretty good one though, so I'm not going to really be complaining about that one. There's a 2-star Disruptor. Easy. Let's reroll. Nothing else. Now we can sell off our units one at a time and reroll after we sell them off. There's a Morphling. So that's the value of reducing the pool. Like that could have been the Timber Saw that we held on to. But now we're one closer to 2-star Morphling. 3-star Morphling, rather. Alright. Just need to survive couple more. Find this 2-star Dragon Knight. And hopefully that's good enough. Or I think we're just dead here. Yeah, dead here. That's unfortunate. What could we have done differently? Well, we could have got luckier, and we could have got got our units that we were trying to level up. I don't want to look at the battle pass thing. I want to look at the game. So let's do a little post-mortem analysis here. What went wrong? So, well, we picked up Strange Bedfellows on turn 2. I think that was a good pick. I still do, even though it didn't work out. It's a tier 2 alliance item that is quite strong. It's quite strong if you can actually get this together. 40% is no joke. I thought it was pretty strong when it was just 30%, but now it's up to 40%. And to get it on turn 2 when we could already buy an anti-mage, I think it was a good pickup. It clearly did not come together, and we needed to transition away from it. It kind of became clear by round like between rounds 10 and 15, I'll say, when we really didn't find a Terrorblade, we couldn't find 2-star demons, we couldn't find 2-star anything, that this wasn't going to work. We got that one pack that had a lot of mages in it. Was it correct to jump to mages at that point? I guess I really didn't scout out what opponents were going for, but maybe I should have. But we scout out opponents' compositions right now, and nobody else has the Mage Alliance. No one else is going mages. Some people are picking up Puck for Dragon Knight. That's it, really. I mean, no one else is playing Razor or... I guess there's a lot of people picking up Dragon Knight because of the Knights. What else could we have done differently? I mean, we could have gone a completely different strategy. But I just felt like we never got good items because we always lost to the creep rounds. And the one creep round we won, we still didn't get a good item. But that was like a function of already being behind. So it's like it just snowballed. It got worse and worse because we couldn't find that early game advantage. I don't know. I'm curious as to what you guys think we could have done differently in this game. I'm really open to feedback, and a lot of times I can say, yep, this is what we did wrong, and we should have done this at this point. I guess we passed up on some number of Chaos Knights that maybe we could have gone Chaos Knight into Knights, but with how many other people are contesting it, that might not have worked out very well. There's one other person, I guess 2 other people on Hunters, but we never really saw too many appealing Hunters. I don't know. I really don't. Hopefully this can spark some good discussion, and please do let me know what you think could have done, because I think this is a great learning experience. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and we can get more content like this every single day. Keep up to date with the changes of the meta and experimentations with builds that sometimes don't work out very well. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.